everyone, welcome back to Game of Thrones Legends. A lot of you have been seeing my other videos, which is so awesome. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back. Today we are going to be going over the proving grounds for the Queen's brother. So I have not attempted this at all yet. So this is going to be the raw footage of me trying to get Gwayne, is that how you say his name? Gwayne Hightower, and seeing exactly what he does, and are going to be going over my opinions on whether he's worth it to try and get or not, because the new way that you summon champions is extremely hard to get the new ones if you are not paying for them. So we're going to go over if that's even in the realm of worth it. Jumping right in here, our team is Gwayne and Alicent. Gwayne's skill strikes twice, once for physical damage and once for current HP true damage. When Gwayne is healed or gains birthright, his passive grants critical damage and stamina buffs. Heal him first and then use his skill to defeat the enemy. Okay, so this is kind of a new strategy. It makes your healers more worth it because some teams it's like, do I even need to have a healer on the team? So for him, yes you do. It makes some characters more valuable. And then it also looks like he can go with the Targaryens that do birthright, or possibly maybe he can go with Tywin since he puts birthright, but I don't know. Let's test it out. Okay, so basically it wants us to heal him. And then use his skill. That was hard. You charge Gwayne's stamina by healing him first, and then use his skill. That was a lot of stamina it gave. I don't know if that was like buffed up for this challenge or what, but okay, so I was gonna say I use Egg on like every single one of my teams, so maybe he'll be good with Egg because Egg critically heals. So if he needs a bunch of healing, Egg's gonna be your guy because Egg provides so much healing. I also, pro tip, I use Egg if I need a healer in my dragon fights because you can pick exactly who to heal. So if you have a tank that's like tanking the dragons like Drogon, when Gwayne is leader and below 25% HP and an ally is debuffed by an enemy, Gwayne will strike the strongest enemy for large damage. See, I wish they would tell me what large damage meant because that could be any amount. So do we want to heal Gwayne or do we want to leave him? He has a little marker, so I'm assuming that means that he'll survive this hit. I do not know. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but it worked. You took the risk by— oh! So big-brained here. You took the risk by not healing Gwayne right away, and it paid off with a huge strike. Okay, so he killed Alicent with his strike. That's, I guess, what happened, but... okay. Okay, this is interesting. Sir Duncan, and then people that I never use. Ever. What do they do? Birthright. She's gonna be birthright too, I bet. Yeah, okay. Healing and birthright. Use the early damage of the greens and Gwayne's powerful strikes to defeat the blacks. Okay. Okay. So this is just a normal fight. Sometimes the puzzle ones are hard for me to understand at first, but this one seemed pretty easy. You were able to use Gwayne's skill frequently to defeat the blacks. I don't think that I used it that often, but off rip, I want to look at him. So we saw this, and then let's look at this. So his leader skill is that he has an HP guard at 10% HP. So that's what we saw in that second fight. Once per turn, when an ally is debuffed, he'll strike the assailant for 20% of current HP as true damage. Is that what they're saying was the large amount of damage? If Gwayne's HP is below 25%, he instead strikes the strongest enemy. Okay, this is the large damage, sorry. For 850% attack physical damage. So either, he's very confusing. Either he has to be fully healed, and you have to have just healed him, or he has to be like barely alive and someone else has to have gotten debuffed. Which sounds a little complicated. I try to make my teams the most not complicated possible. Okay, when healed or given birthright by a skill, he gains critical damage and critical strike chance. So basically, I don't know. They've been giving us these characters where it's like, I'm building Damon's team with all the dragons, but it's like one guy and then all of these other things. So like one guy and a bunch of dragons. This sounds like you want one guy and then like healers or birthright people, which I guess is the greens, but let's keep going. Okay, we got the same team this time against the Starks. This is a true test because the Starks show up so often in people's like raid teams and war teams that I feel like really like you want to be strong against the Starks. I would never try to get Ned out first. I don't know why I was doing that. Every single time there's a team like this, my personal opinion is that you should get Sansa out immediately because as soon as she stacks up the healing, it's too hard. So I would always go for Sansa unless if there's a poisoner, always go for them first. You want to get that poisoner out first, otherwise you're doing like no damage the whole time.
You know
it's super
who I am.
annoying.
I'm Arya Stark.
Okay, so yeah, the order that you want to try to get people out is that you want to get, first of all, the poisoner out. Second of all, you want to get the healer out. And then I honestly, and maybe this, it probably doesn't matter as much after that point, but I don't get the tank out unless they're taunting. Because I feel like everyone else is doing damage. Like a tank can stand there, it's not gonna kill me.
No, I want you to put out your eye. It's payment for mine.
That guy does do a good bit of damage, I will say. Like, I am noticing him doing a lot of damage. I just don't know, like, if he's worth the rest of your team being, like, if this is his recommended team, I don't know about that. It is interesting that he also just starts with the block right there, so you can always see, like... And does he only get the block once, or as soon as he's healed, does he get it back? Because that might be overpowered if you can always never one-shot him. Okay, here's my weird thoughts. And I might experiment with this later if I get him. My weird thought is like, can I put him on a team with Tywin and the Lannisters if the Lannisters have a healer? And then Tywin will give him the birthright that he needs too, and you don't have to have him on a lame team. The shields of the Night's Watch can pose a significant challenge in the late game. Keep Gwayne healthy and use his skill frequently to charge down their key members. Okay, this is one of those teams that, like, if I see it in the raids or if I see it in war, nuh-uh. This is a tough team to beat. So, like, if he is super great against these, then I would say, yes, go for it. But I don't trust their, like, levels here. Because it always makes them seem better than they are. Okay, that was bad. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Nope, they're still tough. They are still a tough team. Here, let's heal Gwayne. Oh yeah, look at that stamina. We got so much. Oh, you know, he does do like a significant bit of damage. It is interesting. But then wouldn't it be better to have like a team of healers that are really great and then him just like constantly doing damage? Like how much stamina does he get from that? That's another thing I want to know is like, can I just build a team simply around him and that's it? If you have Sir Duncan, an egg, and 2 other healers and him, like is that a bad idea? Or is he gonna be doing enough damage where it's worth it?
I am a man of the Night Watch.
Like that is a lot of damage.
What do you think you're doing?
But see, with this team, I'm not able to keep healing him and getting that stamina boost just because Dunk is dying. I've got to remember to not heal Dunk and to heal Gwayne. Like, if I heal him, is he gonna... He didn't get that much stamina that time. Does he actually have to be healed? Like, is it how much he's healed that gives him that amount of stamina? Okay, he got like a quarter stamina from that.
I'm sure you did your best.
All right. One more time, same team. Now we're against the Boltons, which is Bleed. Time your heals and Birthright to trigger his passive before striking with his skill. This is the worst starting point for this team.
Take good care of the horses.
A true queen counts the cost to her people.
Okay, so we've officially got
I assure you, my
Gwayne.
nephew will not begrudge me a night of comfort.
Weird thing to say, okay. Okay, so we officially have Gwayne Hightower, and my final thoughts are that he doesn't seem like the worst. I don't think that I will be spending my blue exalted tokens on him just because those are so valuable right now that I'd rather get someone else. Just because being part of the greens is basically saying that he's gonna be for people that can pay for the game, and I'm still free to play, which is insane. But it just seems like he's gonna be kind of a hard team to build. And he's a little confusing. I'm not quite sure who we should be putting him with. Maybe we go on the website real quick and we see who they say that we should put him with. Let's just take a look. Take a look here. Yes, we read his skills. Okay, he plays as a strong single target damage dealer who best performs when healed frequently. So this is what I was saying about maybe having a team with more than one healer on it. Just because if he's gonna be all of your damage, then you're gonna want to be doing his damage the most you can. Synergies, Egg, Alicent, and Otto. So basically, they didn't even give us the team to try out with that they recommend, which is interesting. Why they didn't let us try him with Otto, but okay. And it's interesting that he goes with Sir Duncan. But the reason that I say it's going to be hard is because it's hard to get Otto and it's hard to get the blue Alicent. I don't know. I just don't use them. Okay, so my problem is that I don't use Otto or Alicent because they're not in the meta right now. Like, the greens used to be the best team you could get, and now they aren't anymore, so I don't know why you would be going for someone. Maybe this is the way of them bringing back the greens being valuable. But they were known to be a pay-to-win team, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back. I'll think on this. That was interesting. I don't think I'm gonna be using my tokens on him quite yet, but I do like that they're trying to make Egg and Dunk more valuable because it seems like when they came in that they were really great, and then all of a sudden they weren't being used so much anymore, so that's nice. But I am wondering if you could put him with Tywin. Like, if he could possibly fit in there somewhere, because Tywin gives Birthright, and that doesn't make any sense, by the way, for the Lannisters to have him be with Birthright, but maybe that could be a possible thing. Yeah, but let me know if you guys are gonna go for him, and if I should be going for him, because I will do whatever you guys want me to do. But yeah, I thought we could just go through that together, because sometimes those are really hard, but that one seemed to be actually pretty easy to get through. Let me know what other videos you want to see. Bye, guys!